So in this subject, basically, we are going to study about how algorithms and computations about grammars and automation, automata is happen. So what are the things that needs for modern day computer programming? What are the basic or background behind your modern day algorithm? So there are concepts called Turing machine and all. So Turing machine is considered as a modern day machine which was calculated by Sir Alan Turing. So in 1937 or 1957, I guess. So that was a modern day computer. So based on that, lots of algorithm and lots of programming language were designed. So what are we going to study in this subject? So unit 1 mainly deals with two chapters. In first chapter, we are going to study automata theory. So what is an automata theory? Automation, you are aware of automation, and there are two types of basic two types of things we have. One is manual thing and automata. So in the automata theory, we will learn about defining an automaton and finite automata transitions. What are the transitions we can perform, how it perform using its properties, executability by finite automata. Then we have two types of automata, non-deterministic finite state machine, which is also known as FSM, finite state machine. It is mainly divided into DFA, deterministic finite automata, and NDNFA or NFA, so non-deterministic finite automata, their equivalence. Then we will be learning about Mealy machine and Muri machine. I repeat, Mealy machine and Muri machine. Then minimizing automata. So in first chapter of first unit, so basically we are dealing with automata theory. What are the types of automata? What are the machines that can be developed using automata theory, and their equivalence, how to minimize an automata. So in chapter 2, we'll be learning about formal languages, how to define a particular grammar. So this grammar is different from your normal grammar. It has its own set of rules and regulations. Then we have derivation. As you all are aware, doing or performing some mathematical calculation, derivations are very important. You had a concept of derivatives and all in 12th or 11th standard. So derivations can be done in left side derivation or right side derivation. So languages generated by grammar. So grammar can generate several languages. You can use these languages for your own benefit. Then we have Chomsky classification of grammar. So Noam Chomsky has given the classification of grammar and its languages, what kind of grammar and language it supports. Then we have recursive enumerable sets. Then we have operations on languages, what kind of operations we perform on languages like union, concatenation, and on. Then languages and automata, how they are related with each other. So what kind of languages and automata we can perform using formal language. So basically unit 1 tells you about automata theory and formal languages. So moving towards the unit 2, regular set and regular grammar. So in regular grammar and regular expressions, finite automata and regular expressions can be performed. Now this regular expression in Python we use to match a pattern, but in this case regular expression are some derivations or calculations we have extracted from this automata theory. Then moving towards a new concept, that is pumping lemma. Pumping lemma is used to prove that grammar is not regular. I repeat, pumping lemma is used to prove that grammar is not regular. Then we have several applications of pumping lemma. So basically when we discuss about applications, we are not discussing about any computer related application. So basically it is a theoretical computer science or theory of computation. So we have several application and calculations, closure properties, regular set and regular grammar. So basically in unit 2 first chapter, first chapter we will be learning about regular grammar, regular expression, finite automata, regular expression, pumping lemma and its application, closure properties, regular set and regular grammar. So what kind of regular grammar and regular set? See, I notice lots of people are raising their hand. Is there any issue? You can type in chat box. Unnecessary, don't raise your hand, it disturbs me. If there is any issue of connectivity or anything, you can just type in chat box, please don't disturb. Then moving towards the next chapter of unit 2, that is your context free languages. Context free languages contains several definitions of their languages and grammar. Then moving towards the next concept in that context free languages is your derivation tree. Now how to derivation tree is basically defined in two types, right derivation and left derivation. So this is basically a kind of trees that we have already studied in data structure with some different variation and different rules and regulations. Then we have ambiguity of grammar. Ambiguity is state of confusion that can be resolved by using this grammar. Then we have CFG simplification. It consists 3 steps for CFG simplification, right? Like removing null production, reduction of CFG and all. Then we have normal forms. Normal forms mainly divided into two types, Chomsky normal form and Gray batch normal form. Then we have pumping lemma for CFG. Now notice one thing, there is a concept called pumping lemma and its application in unit 2, chapter 1, regular set and regular grammar. So this is same with your pumping lemma for CFG, but few variations are there, few changes are there while designing pumping lemma for your context free grammar. Then we moving towards the next unit, chapter of unit 2, that will be your push down automata. So definitions, acceptance by PDA and CFG. So definitions of push down automata, then acceptance of PDA, what kind of grammar or languages that can be accepted by your PDA, push down automata, and how PDA and CFGs are related. Now I know that while explaining this syllabus theoretically, it looks difficult or tough to digest. So once we'll start with actual subject, actual concept, so it will be easier for you to digest. So I request you all to take a notebook and pen with you while attending lecture. It's not a theoretical subject that you can study later on. So moving towards the next unit, unit 3, first chapter consists of linear bounded automata. So the linear bounded automata model, how it can be defined, linear bounded automata in languages, what kind of language it supports with this automata. Basically in automata theory, each and every language is supported by each and every machine, or there is a specific machine designed for each and every language. We are going to study that. Then we have Turing machines. Turing machine is a modern day algorithm or machine which is used to calculate modern day calculations. It was developed by a well-known mathematician or programmer, Sir Alan Turing. So what kind of Turing machine definition is there? What kind of representation we can do using that Turing machine? Then we have acceptability by Turing machines. What kind of designing and description of Turing machines we can use, and Turing machine construction and variants of Turing machine. Now, what do you mean by variants of Turing machine? What kind of types it can generate by using Turing machine? So basically, we have universal Turing machine, and there is a concept called Church-Turing thesis or other Turing machines. So if Turing machine gives modern day computer definitions or algorithms, it is a base for your modern day algorithm. Then there is a concept called undecidability. So it is a basically part which cannot be decided by, it doesn't fall into this categories of automata theory or any type of grammar or any type of languages. So that part is considered as undecidability. Then in that concept we have the Church-Turing thesis, which is very popular or famous concept in theory of computation. Then we have UTM, that is universal Turing machine, and halting problem. Then introduction to unsolvable problems can be done using undecidability. So I repeat for latecomers. So in unit 1, we are going to study automata theory. So in that, what is the definition of automaton, finite automaton, transition and its properties, what kind of transition we can perform, then acceptability by finite automaton, then types of automaton are there, or FSM, finite state machine. So basically it is divided into two types: deterministic finite automata and non-deterministic finite automata. Their equivalence, then Mealy and Muri machine, then minimizing automata. Then we have formal languages. What kind of grammar we can derive from these languages? Then derivations of grammar is there. Then languages generated by grammar. Then we have Chomsky's classification of grammar and languages. Then we have recursive enumerable sets. Then we have operations on languages. Then we have languages and automata based on that particular language. So unit 1 mainly deals with 2 chapters. So one chapter is of 37 pages in my book. Then we have formal languages. So in unit 2 we have regular sets and regular grammar. The regular grammar, regular expression, finite automata and regular expression. Then we have pumping lemma and its various application. But remember things, application, as I say, it's not your computer application, it's a basic applications of that concept. Then we have closure properties, closure set of that regular set and grammars. Then we have regular sets and regular grammar. So next next chapter is context-free languages. What kind of context-free languages it supports? What kind of derivations we can derive? So basically we can derive 2 types, like right-hand derivation, left-hand derivation. It's kind of trees that we have studied in data structure FYCS. Then we have ambiguity of grammar, state of confusion basically. So it can be resolved. Then we have CFG simplification. It involves 3 steps: removing null production, unit production, and simplification of CFG. Then we have normal forms. Basically it is divided into 2 types: Gray-based normal form and your Chomsky's normal form. Then we have pumping lemma for CFG. Remember pumping lemma and its application for your regular sets and regular grammar, and pumping lemma for CFG. It is one and the same with some differences. Then we have push down automata, definition and exceptions by PDA and CFG. So moving towards the next unit, we have linear bound automata. Linear bound automata, the linear bounded automata model, and languages. Then we have Turing machine. Definition: Turing machine gives a base for modern day computing or advanced level computing. So remember how strong it was, designed in 1937 or 1940s, around 1940s. So we can using that Turing machine to develop a modern day computing algorithm. So it was a basic concept given by Sir Alan Turing. Then how it can be represented: accessibility by a Turing machine, designing and description of Turing machine construction, variants of Turing machine. Then last part is undecidability. Whatever is left while discussing in this unit or context, so that will be covered using this undecidability. So it consists of Church-Turing thesis, then universal Turing machine, halting problem, and introduction to unsolvable problems. So basically, whatever discussions are there, you are not going to understand a single word unless and until we'll start with the actual subject. So it is difficult to digest in a one go. So basically, it's my humble request to all of you, attend all the lectures of theory of computation in future. Don't miss the link. If you miss a previous lecture, you are not going to reconnect with the next concept. So very important or crucial note for this subject, for this particular subject, we don't have any practical. Instead, we have tutorials. So basically, these tutorials you have to write in your notebook only as an assignment or as an internal for internals. So moving towards the next concept. So tutorials that can be suggested, 10 tutorials we'll be discussing, we'll be performing at least 2 to 3 examples of this particular tutorials or problems. So first we have problems on generating languages for given simple grammar, problems on DFA and NDFA equivalence. Then we have problems on generating regular expressions. Then we have problems on drawing transition state diagrams for regular expression. Then we have problems on regular set and regular grammar. Then we have problems on ambiguity of grammar. Then problems on working with PDA. PDA stands for your push down automata. Then moving towards the next tutorial, problems on working with Turing machine, what kind of problem it face, how it is constructed and how it is operated. Then moving towards next tutorial, problems on generating derivation trees. So in derivation tree, we mainly deals with two types, right derivation and left derivation. And then next we have problems on linear bound automata. That is your universal Turing machine. So basically we have to consider, or we have to cover up to 10 tutorials, including 2 to 3 example of each. So it will be beneficial for your internal. Textbook I recommend Theory of Computer Science, KLP Mishra. Then Introduction to Computer Theory, Daniel Cohen. Introduction to Theory of Computer Science, A.V. Krishnamurthy, affiliated East and West. So these are the textbooks you can use as a reference book. So one good news I have for all you. So my book of Theory of Computation of SET publication will be published in this week only. So you will be getting that by next month or so. So you can refer that, no problem. So I am going to start with the actual subject. So it's a request to all attendees or all students to take a notebook and pen ready with you. 1, 2, 3. We're going to start with the actual subject. So unit 1, chapter 1 mainly deals with automata theory. What kind of topics we are going to cover in this particular chapter is defining automaton, finite automaton, what kind of transition and properties can be done, acceptability by finite automaton, non-deterministic finite state machines, DFA, NDFA, equivalence, Milli and Muri machine, minimizing automata, and so on. Then we have minimizing automata. These kind of topics we are going to cover in this entire chapter. So before starting, it's a request to take a notebook and pen along with you, so you can write some definition and important concepts. So should we proceed? Raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Okay. 47 participants. Okay. Got that. No problem. So before starting actual subject, some basic concept that we have to take into consideration. So unless and until these concepts are clear, you're not going to reconnect with this subject or this concept. So basic concepts are there. Alphabet definition. What do you mean by alphabets? What do you mean by alphabets? In English language, we have several alphabets ranging from A to Z. How many alphabets are there? Total 26 alphabets in English. So alphabets are a finite set of symbols. It is denoted by summation. It is denoted by summation. This symbol is known as summation. For example, summation gives set of, how to read this? Summation is equivalent A, B, C, D. So it is a set of A, B, C, D. It is an alphabet set where A, B, C and D are your symbols. Note it down. Alphabet definition. Alphabets are finite set of symbols. It is denoted by summation. So example, summation denotes it is a set of alphabets A, B and C and D. How to read this set? Summation is a set of alphabets A, B, C and D. So note it down fast. Then we have string. String. What is a string basically? It is a collection of your alphabets. So definition is simple. A string is a finite sequence. I repeat, a string is a finite sequence of symbols taken from summation. Why they have specified a word finite? Because string is limited. It is not infinite. So it is a finite collection of symbols from the alphabet. So basically string is constructed by using alphabets. So the string is denoted by W. For example, CAD is valid string on alphabet set, summation of A, B, C and D. So string is developed or created by using this alphabets. The next is length of string, which is also known as cardinality of that string. So note down its definition. It is a number of symbols present in a string. So it is denoted by S. So if S is CAB, so its length will be 6. Length will be 6. If it does not contain any alphabet or symbol, its length is 0. It is also known as empty string, which will be denoted by lambda or epsilon. Lambda or epsilon. Noted all this definition? Raise your hand if you're done. Okay. So moving further. So which is very important thing, clean star. It is known as the clean star is an unary operator on a set of symbols over a strings that gives an infinite set of all possible strings or all possible lengths was summation including summation. So representation of clean star is simple. So problem. Please back slide. Okay. Wait. Okay. Note it down fast. So you will be getting all these notes and material in that book. Don't worry. So no need to panic. Done. See, basically we have 40 minutes time in this particular meeting for Zoom. So we are planning to use Google Meet also. So let's see how that works. Done. Raise your hand, please. Okay. So moving towards the next, clean star. It is a unary star, infinite set of possible strings. How it is represented? Summation star will be summation 0 union summation 1 union summation 2 up to n number of, because it is an infinite state. For example, if summation will be set of input a comma b, summation star will be, remember one thing, you have to consider a null string or empty string also. That's why we have included lambda a b a. In continuation you have to go. Then we have clean closure or plus. Now note the difference in between star and plus. Clean closure plus. So set plus is infinite set of all possible string of all possible length over summation excluding your lambda. So basically we are running out of time. Hardly 10 minutes left. Don't worry. So representation of that clean closure is closure plus summation of summation 1 union summation 2 summation 3. Examples is given. So note it down, please. Please note down this summation. Okay. Please note down. Done. Okay. So moving towards the next concept. Moving towards the next concept in this current context, that will be your language. Now what is a language basically? A language is a subset of summation star for some alphabets of input summation. So it can be finite or infinite. Remember one thing, language can be finite or infinite. So language is a collection of appropriate string. I repeat or double quote, language is a collection of appropriate string. So language can be generated by using the appropriate string. For consider, for example, any language, it has its set of rules or grammar behind that language. You cannot speak any language like anything. So there is a proper meaning or appropriate syntax or any meaningful things behind that word or language. So language which is formed over a summation can be finite or infinite things. So example, if the language takes all possible string of length 2 over summation, so input will be a comma b, then L will be C. Remember, we have length 2. So what kind of sets can be designed by using this A and B? Whatever input we have to design a set according to that input. So we have taken two lengths, so AB, AA, BA and BB, all possible combination of a language. So this is a finite string. So a set of string of length 2, that will be your finite language example 1. In example 2, set of all string that starts with A. So it's an infinite language. It's a never ending process basically. So note it down fast. So I have requested to put your roll number and name in chat box. So I expect that all of you have done that properly. So basically it is very important for attendance purpose. Those who are not done can put their roll number and name. Okay. So done with this language. So basically language is a subset of summation. For some alphabet, it can be finite or infinite. A language is a collection of appropriate string. A language which is formed over a summation, it can be finite or infinite. So examples are given, set of string of length 2 and length 1. Now basically, for this particular subject, you have to create a notebook and maintain that notebook till last day of your exam. So it will be beneficial for you. So I'll be covering all the concept and all the topics of this subject, so in depth. So you'll find this subject easy. Don't worry. So just note down this definition, then we will be ending this session. So what is TOC? Theory of computation or theoretical computer science. The theory of computation is the branch that deals with whether and how efficiently problems can be solved on a model of computation using an algorithm. I repeat this definition. The theory of computation is a branch that deals with whether and how efficiently problems can be solved on a model of computation using an algorithm. I repeat again, the theory of computation is a branch that deals with whether and how efficiently problems can be solved on a model of computation using an algorithm. Done? So this field is divided into three major branches: automata theory, computability theory, computational complexity theory. So we will be discussing about automata theory in this subject as university has precise, with some relevant applications of computability theory. Done? So note down this definition, please. So in last 1 or 2 minutes, so we'll be taking some doubts if anyone has. Note it down, please, this definition.